Viewers, let me start by asking you, what exactly is the Kanwar Yatra? For many of us in India, the Kanwar Yatra stands for an annual pilgrimage for Hindu devotees of Lord Shiva. Devotees visit these Hindu pilgrimage places in order to fetch the holy waters of river Ganges. But viewers, the same procession for Akhilesh Yadav's MP is as good, or Neta rather, is as good as what happened in Pahalgam. He's compared it to Pakistan-backed terrorism. That's right. Taking offense to the administration's intensified checks for the Kanwar Yatra, SC Hasan of Samajwadi Party says asking for the religious identity of shop and dhaba owners is nothing short of what happened in Pahalgam, where terrorists picked their targets via religious profiling. Then there are others in the opposition who've gone on to go a step further and claim that Kanwar Yatra spreads hatred among society, and also claims that Kanwar Yatra is hijacked by vandals. Remember, viewers, that this statement can't be seen in isolation. These comments have come from the same parties and alliances where they have said that the country needs rotis, not religion. During the Mahakumbh, Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge said a dip in the Ganga won't eradicate poverty. RJD's Tejashwi Yadav even asked whether anyone would go to a temple when hungry. Now, the BJP is questioning the selective secularism of opposition parties as they choose to target only one community. Is secularism really selective for some? Is the question being asked.
क्या किसी भी सिविलियन को ये राइट है कि किसी दुकानदार की चेकिंग कर ले और चेकिंग करके वो पैंटें उतरवा के देखे? पहलगाम के अंदर आतंकवादियों ने पैंटें नहीं उतरवाई थी। ये इस तरह से ये भी टेरराइज कर रहे हैं, उन्होंने गोली मारी थी, यहाँ सिर्फ टेरराइज कर रहे हैं, तो मैंने क्या गलत कह दिया?
ये नाम छुपा के रखने वालों के साथ आप लोग क्यों खड़े रहना चाहते हैं? सीधे, साफ और सपाट तरीके से, पारदर्शी तरीके से जो सरकार का नियम कहता है उसके अनुसार आपको नाम डिस्प्ले करने में क्या प्रॉब्लम है? मुस्लिम धार्मिक भावनाओं की कदर करने के लिए हलाल सर्टिफिकेट होता है कि वो हलाल करने वाला भी मुस्लिम होना चाहिए। गैर मुस्लिम ने छुआ है तो इस्लामिक मान्यता के अनुसार वह अपवित्र हो जाता है, वो पवित्र नहीं है। क्या उसका सर्टिफिकेट सरकार देती है?
राज्य सरकार अगर कांवड़ यात्रा के लिए सुविधा प्रदान करती है तो उसमें कोई आपत्ति नहीं है, लेकिन दूसरी बात यह है कि कांवड़ यात्रा के माध्यम से आप एक नफरत का माहौल पैदा करें समाज में, वो उचित नहीं है।
कांग्रेस का हिंदू विरोधी चेहरा एक बार फिर से सामने निकल कर आया है। जो कांग्रेस और दिग्विजय सिंह 26/11 का दोष हिंदुओं पर डालते हैं, पहलगाम का दोष हिंदुत्व पर डालते हैं, अब वो दिग्विजय सिंह बोलते हैं कि कांवड़ यात्रा का इस्तेमाल भय और डर और नफरत का माहौल क्रिएट करने के लिए किया जाता है। कांग्रेस पार्टी के साथ ही सनातन समाप्त की बात करते हैं। डीएमके सनातन और हिंदू धर्म को एड्स से तुलना करती है। मतलब कांग्रेस पार्टी हो या इंडी अलायंस हो, हिंदू को दो गाली ताकि मिले वोट बैंक की ताली।
You're watching the News Hour at 10, debate number 1 on Times Now, Super Prime Time.
Let's take this across to our guest. Joining us is Sharat Trivedi, BJP spokesperson. Also with us on the broadcast is Ishkaran Bhandari, Supreme Court advocate. Joining us on the show is Advocate Nikhil Jain, political analyst. Also with us is Rajiv Riaz Pratapgarhi, political analyst. Rajiv Riaz Pratapgarhi, my question to you first. Mr. Owaisi has made a certain claim. He is amongst the many leaders who have alleged that, there was somebody whose pants were, opened and checked, etc. All of that has proved to be wrong. There has been a fact check that has been done, and the identity of that individual has been asserted. It's not what the person first claimed. Should political parties and leaders be a little careful while making such sweeping statements?
Yes, Madhav bhai, Kanwar Yatra is not new to our country. It has been happening for centuries peacefully. But what is new is the communal tensions during Kanwar Yatra, which is manufactured by Bharatiya Janata Party to garner votes. Why this doesn't happen when the other parties rule happen in Uttar Pradesh? Why only Bharatiya Janata Party regime, during Bharatiya Janata Party regime happen all this? What is happened? This is the responsibility of the government to maintain the peace and harmony in the state. What has happened in Tawa, Madhav bhai, Yadav Kathawachak was sanctified by Brahman Mutras. And what has happened in Kaushambi? A Pal girl was raped and later she died. And they are waiting for the justice. And the deputy CM of Uttar Pradesh says he will protect the culprits because they belong to our community. So this is total failure of the state government, Madhav Bhai. And why Bharatiya Janata Party workers and
No, but you're not answering my question. You can ask questions of BJP, sir. We will put those questions across to BJP. But should Mr. Owaisi have been a little circumspect before jumping to conclusions that individuals were strip searched? Because these are very drastic comments to make, Mr. Pratapgade. You would also agree.
Yes, this is happening.
It has not happened, sir. The facts are wrong.
Yes, what is happening?
That entire case, that entire episode, the person's religious identity itself was wrong. He had given a wrong name, which raises questions.
This is the violation of Article 15. The FSS, this Food and Standard authorities can check what is the quality of the food being served. But it is not Bharatiya Janata Party workers and the Bajrang Dal workers.
Sir, we are not checking the quality. The person has given a wrong identity. His own name, his own religion, उन्होंने अपना धर्म का नाम ही गलत बताया है. तो ऐसे में जो ये स्ट्रिप सर्च की बात थी, ये पूरी गलत खबर है, सर.
सर,
ये तो एडमिट कर लीजिए आप. ये तो इतना तो प्रूव हो चुका है पब्लिक डोमेन में.
नहीं, anybody it is done. This is not very fair. So my request to you is to the government of Uttar Pradesh to please maintain the peace and harmony.
Okay, you are not answering the question, sir. जो गलत नाम है, जो गलत नाम लेने की जरूरत है, गलत इंसिडेंट की अगर आप जानकारी ऐसे देंगे पब्लिक डोमेन में, sir, there will be questions. You have not answered the question. I've asked you 3 times. But Sharad Trivedi, the atmosphere of fear is being created in Uttar Pradesh, particularly during Kanwar Yatra, and only happens in BJP ruled states. This is the charge coming in from Rajiv Riaz Pratapgadi, who leans towards the MIM. Please respond to him.
One thing I must make it very clear that the onset that since the coming of a BJP government in Uttar Pradesh, the communal riots have just ended, period. I'll just read a couple of lines from the order of the Uttarakhand government, just bear with me. In preparation for the upcoming Kanwar Yatra, the Uttarakhand government has ordered all food vendors, without exception of caste, creed, communal, race or religion, that all food vendors along the pilgrimage route to visibly display their license or registration certificate. This has nothing to do with any caste community at all. The problem is because there is one particular community which, when we say secularism, there's only one community, and even that community has not uttered a word on this matter. There are 700 Parsis in Uttar Pradesh, there are 25 Jews in Uttar Pradesh, there are 3% Christians in Uttar Pradesh. Nobody has uttered a word. Everybody is perfectly okay with it. Now here we are only seeking that they should declare their identity, because this is a particular festival, this is a festive season, it's a very auspicious occasion of Kanwar Yatra or Navratra, where even the normal Hindus also take some precautions. They will not eat outside. Even most of the people get packed food from home. So they want that the food has to be prepared in a particular manner. It has to be a Satwik food and it has to be consumed in a particular manner. A Muslim would not go and buy jhatka meat. There are communities in Delhi, like you must have gone to, there are 2 restaurants in Delhi. One is Shalom, that is a Jewish restaurant in Greater Kailash, and there is one Parsi restaurant, Soda Bottle Opener Wala in Khan Market. We've all gone there. They don't hide their identity. If there are, you go to Goa, they've got Johnny's bar or Michael's bar. They openly declare their identity. Why are you hiding it? Because, and especially because of certain things that have happened in recent past, they've been spitting onto it, and some other unsavory things which I can't mention on your channel that have been added to it. And this is a very, very auspicious occasion for the Hindus. Those people who follow the religion will be certainly offended about it.
All right.
So the is only requesting...
the problem, taking that into context, Mr. Trivedi's point into context, let me put a question to Advocate Nikhil Jain. Advocate Nikhil Jain, this is what Digvijaya Singh has said. I'm just going to ask you this question. I'm quoting what he has said. If a state government provides facilities for Kanwar Yatra, there's no objection to that. But the issue arises when Kanwar Yatra is used to create an atmosphere of hatred which is not acceptable in civilized society. So where is it that the Kanwar Yatra is used to create hatred if all that is being talked about, says the BJP, is that there is a certain prescribed code that many Hindus, or at least most Hindus, would follow while conducting this ritual pilgrimage every year, where they have a certain diet that they are expected to follow. They only want to ensure that, is what spokespersons of the BJP are saying. What is the issue with that? Nikhil Jain.
First of all, I would like to respond to what the BJP spokesperson said, and he talked about soda bottle opener wala in Khan Market and Defence Colony and so on and so forth. Let me tell him that Khan Chacha in Khan Market is owned by an Navneet Kalra. It's not about hiding identity, it is about the kind of country that we live in, that we do have Hindus operating restaurants that are seemingly serving Muslim cuisine, or Muslims operating completely 100% vegetarian restaurants. My objection to the entirety of it, and what also Digvijaya Singh is saying, Madhav, is the fact that throughout the year, you do have the Food Safety Act in place, you do have the GST Act in place, you do have the Shop and Establishments Act in place. All these compliances are required throughout the years. So then why is it that every time during Kanwar Yatra, administrations in Uttar Pradesh and Uttarakhand are suddenly reminded of this? The fact of the matter is that the BJP spokespersons themselves let out the cat out of the bag, that what they actually want to do is they want to ascertain the identity of who owns a particular eating establishment. Now they always try to compare it with halal and how people on Kanwar Yatra are only supposed to consume Satwik food. Very well and good, they should only consume Satwik food. I would urge the BJP that in Uttar Pradesh, in Uttarakhand, and in fact throughout the country, they should get a Satwik board that gives out certificates to people who are preparing food in a Satwik manner. Let people hang these certificates, whether it's a Muslim owner or a Hindu owner, and let our Kanwar Yatris and let other pilgrims only consume that Satwik food. But that is not what they're talking about. They're not talking about the conditions of hygiene. They're not talking about any other labor codes. They are only concerned with the fact कि नाम दिख जाए बस. और फिर इनके विधायक जाएंगे.
No, but Nikhil, the problem is this. The problem is this, that when there are religious pilgrimages across the country, and it doesn't matter which religion we're talking about, state governments do make special provisions for that. It's not happening for the first time in the country. It happens in multiple parts of the country. During Eid, there are processions. In Sabrimala and Kerala, there are special arrangements made where the police is involved, so on and so forth. It happens in several such religious processions and festivals across the country. It's not restricted to Uttar Pradesh or to Uttarakhand.
Question that? No. Madhav, who has ever questioned that? Nobody is questioning the special arrangements, the law.
So what is Digvijaya Singh questioning then?
Facilities that are given to cowards. They are given in Delhi also, Uttar Pradesh also, Uttarakhand also. They are also given during Muslim processions, during Sikh processions, during Jain processions.
What does it mean by Kanwar Yatra is spreading hatred?
That is what shows the pluralist nature.
But why make a blanket comment that Kanwar Yatra is spreading hatred there, Nikhil Jain? That is irresponsible.
No. What Digvijaya Singh is saying is that Kanwar Yatra is being... Madhav, what Digvijaya Singh is saying is that Kanwar Yatra is used by the BJP to spread hatred. He is not making a comment on the Kanwar Yatra or the Kanwar Yatris. He is talking about how BJP
issue arises when Kanwar Yatra is used to create an atmosphere of hatred not acceptable in civilized society. Exact quote of Digvijaya Singh. Please challenge me on that, Nikhil Jain, if I'm wrong.
Exactly.
So where is he
that they are trying to use the Kanwar Yatra to create an atmosphere of hatred.
That is the point. He has made a generic comment.
As you're seeing on your show.
Okay, Ishkaran, come in on this. Is this a generic comment or is the comment specific to BJP?
Madhav, before coming to Digvijaya Singh, because frankly he is irrelevant, after his governance time after again, the people of Madhya Pradesh itself have rejected him. But we will come to him because he is the same person with the entire narrative of 26/11 by Mumbai was RSS ki sajish. We know all that. Let us come to what is the fact. Are Hindus second-class citizens? Why can't a Hindu know which shop is he going to eat from when he is on a religious procession? In Uttar Pradesh, Uttarakhand, let's talk specifics also. We have shops which proudly display that they are halal. How is halal meat made? By Muslims, for Muslims. And a Muslim has the right to know that this is a halal process, I can go and eat. Well and good for him. He should if he wants to eat. But a Hindu cannot know that this is a Satwik or how the process is or how the food is made. Why do we have this entire lobby which is turbocharged since CA, since NRC of Kagaz nahi dikhayenge, naam nahi batayenge? What is the problem? If you are giving example of a Khan Chacha in Delhi, exactly, it is open that the name is Khan Chacha and there was a history behind it, how X person came to own it, forget it. But people, if they want to go of any religion, eat there. no problem. There are also a lot of, in Delhi, places which sends kebabs, Qureshis, God knows how many places. People, if they want to go and eat, they eat. But hiding identity for purposes of people who do not want to eat there while they are on a religious yatra and forcing them to eat, forcing them not to be able to abide to their religion because they are not living in that area, they are coming from all parts of the country. That is something the government has to safeguard. If you can have a halal, why can't you have named this place so that people inadvertently do not end up eating something they do not want to eat? Those who want to eat will eat. Those who do not want to eat will not eat. But because Hindu is being converted into a second-class citizen by these arguments, what is available to, 1 second, let me finish. What is available to a Muslim in Uttar Pradesh or Uttarakhand? They are having a problem if the same thing is given to a Hindu in Uttar Pradesh or Uttarakhand.
All right, Nikhil wants to respond to you on that. Nikhil, quick response. Anurag is also joining us on the show now. Nikhil, quick response.
It looks like Ishkaran just memorized something and he wanted to blurt it out. I've already said that let us have a Satwik certification board. Let these shops have a Satwik board. I don't care whether it's made by owned by a Hindu or a Muslim. Let them have a Satwik board. Our concern is that Kanwar Yatris should only be consumed food.
But do you agree, Nikhil, that there could be a section of people?
How does it matter if that
there could be a section of people who may end up eating food that they do not want to
in that manner
because of misrepresentation. That is what Ishkaran is asking you.
What do not want to?
Because they are following a certain religious standard during this pilgrimage.
How will you end up eating food you will not want?
Because people are misrepresenting who's actually owner of the restaurant. That's the point he's making.
Yeah, Madhav, I need to answer this. Madhav, he took my name. I need to answer this.
Yeah, respond, Ishkaran.
Madhav, I need to answer this. Yes. Madhav, people who blabber always against Hindus will not understand that Hindu has the right to know what he is eating. He is not hit. The solution is already in law. You tell the name, you tell what you are doing, you describe how you make the food, and you have the right licenses and people will choose. The reason they don't want that to happen is why? Why do you want to hide the name? First answer that.
Any response, Nikhil Jain?
Madhav, can I take it? Yes. See, I am not against the requirement under the Shops and Establishments Act to put a license with your name and the ownership and everything outside your shop. That's perfectly fine. My problem is the timing of it all. Why does the BJP always remember this only during a Kanwar Yatra or a Ram Navami?
As I just said, sir, there are special arrangements that are made for pilgrimages across the country. It's keeping religious sentiments in mind is the BJP's argument.
Not concerned with the compliance of
Okay, now let me bring in Anurag Bhadoria. Anurag, आप डिबेट में काफी लेट आ रहे हैं, लेकिन आपके जो पार्टी के लीडर हैं SC Hasan, उन्होंने जो you can respond to Anurag. Anurag has just come in. I want to ask him because one of the most controversial statements today has been made by Mr. SC Hasan. अनुराग भदौरिया उन्होंने पहलगाम की तुलना की है कांवड़ यात्रा से और ये बाद में फैक्ट चेक हुआ है, पता चला है कि जिस घटना की वो विवरण कर रहे थे उसमें जो मेन पर्सन है जिन्होंने आरोप लगाया था स्ट्रिप सर्च का, उन्होंने अपना नाम और धर्म ही गलत बताया था. तो ये इतनी बेसलेस एलिगेशन और इतना सीरियस चार्ज पहलगाम की तुलना करते हुए कांवड़ यात्रा से थोड़ी सी जिम्मेदारी नहीं होनी चाहिए जब नेता खासतौर से पूर्व सांसद के बारे में हम बात कर रहे हैं? अनुराग भदौरिया.
बिल्कुल जिम्मेदारी होनी चाहिए सरकार की. ये सरकार की जिम्मेदारी होती है. लगातार कांवड़ यात्रा हर साल होती है. हर साल जब कांवड़ यात्रा होती है तो सरकार को पहले से ही एक ग्रीन कॉरिडोर बनाना चाहिए. वहां पे सरकारी व्यवस्था होनी चाहिए जिससे किसी को अशुद्ध खाना ना मिले. सरकार जिम्मेदारी ले, एक बात. दूसरी बात, देश संविधान और न्यायपालिका और कानून से चलता है. अगर कानून अपने हाथ में तो कोई नहीं ले सकता. भाई आई कार्ड देखने की और चेक करने की जिम्मेदारी सरकार की और पुलिस की होती है. तो क्या कोई भी संगठन जाके किसी का भी आई कार्ड चेक करने लगेगा, किसी को भी धमकाने लगेगा? ये तो ठीक नहीं है. ये तो अराजकता होती है ना. इस तरह से सभी वर्ग के लोग इस तरह से सभी अपने अपने कानून हाथ में लेके सबका आई कार्ड चेक करने लगेंगे तब तो फिर हमारा कानून क्या करेगा? फिर कानून एक सिस्टम है कि नहीं देश के अंदर में, उस सिस्टम के तहत काम करना पड़ेगा, नहीं करना पड़ेगा. जहां तक कि आपका पहलगाम की बात है, ये बिल्कुल सही है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी देश के अंदर से समाजवाद और सेकुलर संविधान से खत्म करना चाहती है. उन्होंने पहलगाम की घटना को लेकर उन्होंने अपना स्पष्टीकरण भी दिया, उनका बोलने का मतलब क्या था, लेकिन उसको आप नहीं चला रहे हो. लेकिन मैं कह रहा हूं पहलगाम की घटना थी, जिस तरह से आतंकियों ने हमारे 26 लोगों की बहनों का सिंदूर उजाड़ा है, वो बहुत ही गलत है. वो एक आतंकवाद है. लेकिन जो किसी की धर्म के नाम पे दुकान बंद कर रहे हैं, वो भी अतिवाद है। ये भी अतिवाद है। वो अतिवाद बोलते बोलते उनको आतंकवाद निकल गया था, तो लेकिन बाद में उन्होंने इसको सुधार करके बोला है, लेकिन उसको आप नहीं चलाओगे। सवाल उठता है
अनुराग जी, दुकान खोलने की किसी की भी फ्रीडम को कोई यहाँ पे रोक नहीं रहा, लेकिन मिस रिप्रेजेंटेशन पे इशू है। ये कह रहे हैं बीजेपी वाले कि बीजेपी और कई जो वहां पे धार्मिक लोग हैं कि वो एक पर्टिकुलर पूजा पद्धति के तहत एक पर्टिकुलर टाइप का खाना खाते हैं और मिसलीड हो सकते हैं अगर किसी ने अपने धार्मिक आइडेंटिटी को वहां पे छुपाया।
अच्छी बात है ना, अच्छी बात है। तो पुलिस ने ही तो एफआईआर की है ना, पुलिस ने ही तो नोटिस भेजा है ना उन लोगों को जिन्होंने इस तरह की हरकत की थी, आई कार्ड मांगा था। ये हमने तो नहीं बोला, पुलिस ने उन पे एफआईआर करके नोटिस भेजी है ना, और इंक्वायरी उनके ऊपर चल रही है। तो इसके मतलब गलत हो रहा था ना। तो
शरद त्रिवेदी, ओके, आई एम अलाउइंग योर क्वेश्चन। शरद त्रिवेदी, रिस्पॉन्ड टू दैट। गलत हो रहा था तभी पुलिस ने कार्रवाई करी है, प्लीज रिस्पॉन्ड।
We are only trying to avoid any untoward incident happening on the ground. If somebody traces that there is one thuk jihad going on and some other kinds of the additives which are added to the food, that kind of jihad is going on. No, we don't want people to come on the street to start fighting with each other. The only thing we are saying is declare it. When we book a Ola or Uber, we don't intend to eat the car, but still the name of the person is displayed, the name of the owner is displayed, and on your app you come to know who's your driver. We are only saying that we need...
This contention of Thuk Jihad itself is very contentious. There are many who say that this is a false bogey that has been put out just to create hate against a particular religion. What is there to justify that this is actually happening on ground during the Kanwar Yatra?
This is an auspicious time. We are not saying it across the board all seasons. We are saying only during Navratras or during the Kanwar Yatra. These are special occasions. They are very auspicious days. Those who don't believe in Hinduism, we can't help it.
Okay, many hands going up. I think there are some of the opposition panelists are objecting to your comment on Thuk Jihad. I'm going to allow them one by one. Anurag Bhadoria.
देखिए आपने जो सवाल उठाया, मैं वही तो सवाल आपसे पूछ रहा हूं कि समाज के अंदर में कानून व्यवस्था की बात होगी ना, कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट की गाइडलाइन है कि आपको नेम डिस्प्ले करना है, किस तरह से करना, वो भी गाइडलाइन है। यहाँ पे फूड सिक्योरिटी एक्ट भी है, इसके पहले भी वहां पे लोग अपना नाम लिख के लगाते थे। फिर नई चीज क्या बताना चाहते हैं आप बताइए? इसके पहले भी तो ये है ना, तो पुलिस की जिम्मेदारी बनती है ना, किसका वो जो वहां पे शुद्ध खाना मिल रहा है कि नहीं मिल रहा है, मिलावट हो रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है, उसके पहले कार्रवाई तो सरकार करेगी कि खाली डिबेट करेगा? आप मुद्दा बनाते हो, समस्या का समाधान नहीं करना चाहते, आप उसका राजनीतिकरण करना चाहते हो। धर्म
लेकिन देखिए अनुराग भदौरिया जी, सवाल अभी ये उठता है कि गोपाल नाम के एक व्यक्ति अपना बता रहे थे कि उनकी चेकिंग हुई है, बाद में पता चलता है कि वो तजम्मुल है, तो कहीं ना कहीं आइडेंटिटी छुपाने की, आइडेंटिटी कंसील करने के सवाल तो उठते हैं ना इस पूरे एपिसोड से।
आप नहीं, देखिए इस तरह से अगर आइडेंटिटी छुपाने का सवाल, ठीक है, उसके खाना में कोई मिलावट मिला, वहां पे कोई गंदगी थी, कोई गलती थी, तो उसको जेल में डालिए।
अरे सर, पूरा विवाद ही इसमें खड़ा हुआ है कि उन्होंने कहा कि मुझे स्ट्रिप सर्च किया गया है। अगर ऐसे सिचुएशन में लोगों को मिसलीड किया जा रहा है तो खाने को लेकर कई बार इस तरह की घटनाएं रिपोर्ट भी हुई है। और Ishkaran wants to respond to you. Ishkaran, this episode had nothing to do with food, so don't mix up the two issues. That's essentially what Mr. Bhadoria is saying. Respond to him.
पुलिस देखेगी, आम जनता नहीं देखेगी, पुलिस की जिम्मेदारी बनती है।
One by one, please. Ishkaran.
Madhav, let us be on first. One second, it's a question to me. Madhav, let us be on first principles. The government as well as the consumer under the law has the right to know your name and your license. Forget food for a second. Supposing a person keeps his name of the same religion but changes it, meets a woman, gets into a relationship with her, daily a criminal case is registered if you change your name and meet a person and then have a relationship with them. Even that in law is a crime. Same way, if you are selling food, what is the need to hide your name? Nobody has answered this question. Why do you need to hide your name? Have your name as per law on the license and then sell. Those who want to eat and buy will buy. Those who do not want to will not buy.
All right, we'll have to leave it there. Certainly a heated debate, and of course, as we get into the entire season, more perhaps that we'll expect in terms of political controversy surrounding it. Perhaps it's become an annual feature now, but that's the sign of the times we're living in. Sharad Trivedi, Ishkaran Bhandari, Anurag Bhadoria, Advocate Nikhil Jain, as well as Rajiv Riaz Pratapgarhi. Thanks so much for joining us on the debate this evening.